So I ranted and raved about the Note Air 4C on my live stream the other day. And by the way, if you're not checking out my live stream Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, you should be. It's a good time. But anyway, I was talking about the Note Air 4C there, and I was saying how much more efficient the processor is. Like, I got information that the processor in the 3C is way more powerful than the processor in the 4C, but the trade-off there, I thought, is efficiency, better battery life, things like that. So I wasn't too concerned about it. That wasn't until I started going through my notes and started trying to manipulate some of the files. And I realized, wow, how sluggish is the 4C compared to the 3C in the Notes app, because the 4C seems to be crazy sluggish. So I pulled out the 3C to see if it was as sluggish, because I don't remember it being that bad, and we're going to talk about it. Let's do it. How's it going, everyone? Roger here, Rants About Tech. If you're new here, welcome. Consider hitting the subscribe button for me, and to the crew. Like I was saying, the Notes app seems to have some issues. Initially, I thought it was processing power issues because of what I just said previously about the Note Air 3C having a way faster processor than the processor that's in the 4C. So I thought it's just underpowered. They should have just kept that power, kept the batteries drained. I care about power. Who cares about batteries drained? If I can't manipulate my files like I want to in a reasonable time, in a reasonable manner, then none of this really works for me then. I don't want to wait for a system to recognize that I just selected some text to move it. Like, I have to wait for, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to show you. So right here we have three files. We have the quick notes, we have the eInk file, and we have the eInk file copy. Same thing we have here. We have quick notes, the eInk file, and the eInk file copy. So the eInk file copy is a file that I just copied of the eInk file. So they're both the same files. One's just a copy of the other one, because I realize if you open the same file on two different Boox devices, crazy things happen. So to prevent that from happening, same file, it's just that a copy of the file is going to be opened on a different device. But I'm going to open the same file on both devices. So I'm going to open the copy on the Note Air 3C, and I'm going to open the original on the Note Air 4C. So let's go ahead and do that now. But before I do that, let's turn these devices on. And I want to show you a couple of the settings. So right now, we have only that note going. So I'm going to cut that note out. So we have no multitasking going right now. And all of the settings are the same. So we'll go to HD for this, and we got custom there. But the settings for the Notes app is the same. I've already gone into that to make sure they're the same. But after we open the Notes app, we'll go in just to look at those to confirm that they are indeed the same. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Now, I'm going to open the copy on the Note Air 3C, and I'm going to open the original file on Note Air 4C at the same time. And we're going to take a look at how long it takes to do things in the Notes app between these two devices. That's what we're doing here today. So let's go ahead and open them. So as you can see here, the initiation for the opening started faster on the Note Air 3C. They kind of all both popped in at the same time here. We still got loading going on here. You see that? That right there is an indication that something's not right here, because if the 3C doesn't have to do all of that, why does the 4C have to do it? Now, like I said before, the processor in the 3C is more powerful. The 3C has 4 or 8 core processor, but 4 of those cores are designated to power processing. The 4C also has an 8 core processor, but only 2 of those 8 cores are designated to power processing. The rest of those cores are designated towards efficiency processing. So they run at a slower clock speed. So this processor in this device is faster in every way. Cores, speed, and nanometer process, which makes it a little more efficient in my opinion. But regardless, you shouldn't see that kind of processing difference here, at least in my opinion. But let's go ahead and go to the test that I want to see here. So what I'm going to do here, and this is what I did on my live stream. I'm going to select all of this text here and see how long it takes to select it. Then I'm going to select the same text, it's the same thing here on the Note Air 4C, and see how long it takes to actually get it selected on there. So let's go ahead and do that now. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and check these settings. So the eInk settings. By the way, my eInk Center tutorial is done, and I am putting that video together now, and it's being put together for the Go 10.3, and it's going to be put together for the Note Air 4C. So no matter what device you have in the Boox lineup, one of those settings should work for you, whether it's the note setting or the tab setting, which is basically what the Note Air 4C uses. All right, back to the test here. So you can see here that we both are on both devices are on HD and both devices are on custom color. And for that custom color, we both have 30, 30, and 0 here on the 4C, and we got 30, 30, and 0 on the 3C. I have recommendations coming at the end of that eInk Center video talking about some of these custom settings and maybe what you should try to use as a starting point for your settings. Like I said, that should be coming hopefully next week. All right, now that we know all those settings are the same, let's go ahead and select this selection right here. And we're just going to select all of this here. We're not going to get that heading there. We'll leave that there. All right, so we see how not instantly that the selection was made and it understood that I was trying to select that, but it didn't have to think about it long. So let's try it on the Note Air 4C. Okay, after that flash is when it came up for me to actually be able to move the selection around. So you see the time difference there. Now, even in my live stream when I was doing this and trying to manipulate things, the 4C crashed a couple times on me there, which was it happened the night before as well. So things that crash this don't crash the 3C. And things that give the 4C problems don't give the 3C problems. And this is just in the Notes app so far. I'm going to do some testing in the Reader app and I'll bring that forth as well. But right now, we're just talking about the Notes app. In other aspects, the 4C seems to be just fine speed-wise. But let's go ahead and we're going to cut this. I hit the cut button. Okay, so I tried to cut that, and as you can see, real time, it crashed to the desktop or the home screen. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing on the 3C. I'm just going to cut it. Okay, it's cut. I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to make a new page. And I'm going to paste that. No problem. Manipulating it is a little sluggish, but that's on par for Boox devices in my opinion. Easy peasy, not a problem. Things work like they should work on the Note Air 3C. Note Air 4C having an issue. So let's go back into that. So we'll open the original file again. So we crashed there back to the home screen, and also something else I tested from the suggestions in my live stream this morning is that I see if it actually remembered that there was something in the clipboard. So before we try this again, we'll add a page and we'll try to paste what's ever in the clipboard. And it wasn't what we just got done pasting before the crash. As you can see here, I have pasted the disclaimer here, but what we had pasted before was this information over here. So yeah, so it didn't remember what I had even selected there. It's like that session never happened. It's very weird, very weird. All right, we're gonna try that again, but just to let you know as well, something I forgot to mention is that I do have layers here, which is complicating things. So I do have layers, but they both have the same amount of layers here. Like I said, they're the same file. And we're on that first layer where the text is, just so we're understand about that. But let's go ahead and try to select that one more time here, just to give it a fair shake. And we'll, like I said, close that off at the end there, just in case that's making a difference in the selection. It shouldn't, but just in case. All right, so again, as we can see here, had another issue. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to delete this again, or we're going to try to cut it again and paste it just like we did on Note Air 3C. I'm going to try that one more time here. We're going to cut it. Yeah, it crashes again. So that's reliably twice it's crashed on me on camera. And it does it all the time, but just reliably right here, it's done it twice, just cutting text out. Like I said, there's layers involved, but this is just cutting text. I'm going to do this again just to show you one more time on the Note Air 3C. And if I go and cut that, like I said, firstly, it doesn't take as long, but secondly, I can cut it no problem. Like there's no issue with me doing that. Yeah. I'm not sure what the issue is with that, but we got more tests to do. Okay, so now we have both files up here. And what I'm going to do now is just open this file in Pages View, so all the thumbnails will come up, and we'll see how long that takes. So let's go ahead and just click on the Pages View right here. All right, so you can even see there, it's populating the pages way faster on a Note Air 3C than it is on Note Air 4C. Yeah, it just, like I said, initially I attributed that to processing power, but now I'm thinking that it's just a Notes app optimization thing, where the Notes app just is not optimized in firmware version 4.0. So there may be some advantages here to be had, but it's not in the Notes app, that's for sure. Now we're just gonna go through pages in this notebook. So I'm just gonna swipe or go through the pages at the same time here, okay? What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna just copy. We're gonna copy that note from one spot to another spot. So let's go ahead and make another copy of that note. So what I'm gonna do is make another copy of the eInk Center version 4.0C. So I'm gonna select this. We're going to copy, and I'm just gonna copy this to the root directory. See how long that takes. Okay, so there's copy 2. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take this file right here. That's the same file, and we already got a version 2 right there. But when I recreate it on here, we should have a version 3 there, copy number 3. So we'll just copy that there. Okay, so I could be wrong there, but it seems to go a lot faster on the Note Air 4C for copying the notepad. But when you're actually in the Notes app, there's a night and day difference there in the speed in which it does things. And if you're someone who's in the Notes app 90% of the time, like I am, that's horrible. That's horrible performance for an upgrade. So yeah, though I think this is a worthy upgrade before that came along, this makes me question whether the Note Air 4C is a worthy upgrade to the 3C, considering it's a note-taking device where the note-taking app is horribly optimized. Now, I do think this is an optimization thing and not a CPU processing power thing. I believe that they did make the right decision with going with a less powerful chip for the Note Air 4C. It's just more efficient, better battery life, and it has some AI perks in it that the Note Air 3C doesn't have. So there's some reasons for going with the chip that they went with. I'm just not sure that battery life and AI was worth that trade-off for me. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to light, and just a really quick video to throw out there. Like I said, if you're not joining us on the live streams every day from Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, you should be. Check us out if you have time, and until next time, you guys, yeah, we'll have more of this. I have more to say about this, but until then, take care.